who's from the BBC. David, good afternoon.
Yes. Thank you very much indeed. Two questions, if I may. First, Mr. Jenrick, to you. The Prime Minister, in his letter, talks about levelling with the public, about things getting worse before they get better. What do you think the coming week is going to look like? And then a question for Dr. Harris. We've had confirmation of the very sad death of an ENT surgeon, Amged al-Harani. What do you think that says? What message does that send to NHS staff on the front line?
Well, thank you very much, David. And can I also give my deepest sympathies to the family of Dr. al-Harani. We heard the news just a few moments ago that he'd very sadly passed away. With respect to your question, the Prime Minister has now written, or will be over the course of this week, to all the households in this country, setting out very clearly the task that is before all of us. We see on the news the difficult scenes in other European countries, like Italy, for example, and the deaths that we are reporting daily in these press conferences are very sobering. Every death is a tragedy. We don't want to see any unnecessary death. And so what the Prime Minister has said to all of us in that letter is that we all have the power to influence the course of events with respect to this virus. If we want to protect people's lives, if we want to help the NHS to be able to have the capacity to continue to perform the good quality public service that we all want it to do throughout the course of the virus, then we need to take heed of the medical advice. We do need to stay at home. By doing that, we'll protect the NHS and will help to save people's lives. So this is on all of us. We all have a responsibility to protect each other. We just need to follow the advice in the days and weeks ahead. Jenny.
Thank you. Well, clearly, you will not expect me as a medical professional to comment on an individual case. That would be normal practice. But equally, as a medical professional, of course, I'm very saddened by the fact that one of our professional colleagues has passed away. It clearly is a worrying event. It's worrying for the nation because it's another death in our statistics. It's another loss to a family, and it will be a loss to an NHS family as well. I think for NHS staff on the front line and our caring staff, it's not just in our health services, it's all people who are battling against this virus. They will inevitably be concerned, and some of the work that we're doing around communications and around personal protective equipment is to just try and ensure there is a common understanding between us of the support that is there for them. It is in no one's interests that we lose our colleagues on the front line, and we really, really want to support them. So the only thing I would say is, though, clearly in a disease like this, which is affecting everybody, we just need to remember that it's not just the NHS or just a family. We're finding this right across the population. It will affect all of us. It will upset undoubtedly our colleagues in the NHS, excuse me, but we shouldn't take that as any signal specific to the NHS. We do have some new guidance coming out for colleagues in the NHS shortly, and I'm hoping that will help to support them in their work on the front line.
Thank you, Jenny. And the guidance that's going to be published shortly will also apply to those working in other essential public services, for example, in social care, in local government and other settings, so that they can have the best possible advice as to the type of PPE that they need to continue to do their role safely in the days ahead. The next question, I think, is from Sam Lister from The Express. Sam.
Hello, thank you.